bigger the topic है school है वो हुआ new ही school जनो tom पे school ना vipu ही जिसको कभी बात हुए तब से तो वो मतलब कि मतलब school so study school लो चुनो नामे तो ही वहाँ तब लोग जो ओजा में तो ही है ना नो vipu ही जो भी remark से कच्चा पियो के नहीं जो now over serial number 1 representing from Greenhouse you can come and take your time.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Honorable speakers, sir, respected judges, teachers, and those who are present here today. Today, our debating topic is school in the town is better than a school in the village. And I'm in rural bank. School in the town is better than a school in the village. Yes, I strongly support this statement because the first point to support my statement is a good quality education includes not only classroom teaching, but also outdoor activities like games and sport. As school in the village certainly produces down, as villages do not have sporting facilities, unlike the town school. In the village school, they hardly organize or take part in any interstate school sporting event or any educational tour. And the second point to support my statement is those students coming from town school are far better regarding speaking English as compared to the students who have been brought up in this school. In this school, in front of the teacher act like speaking English, yes or no. And behind, I cannot find even one student speaking English. How can they increase the speaking? How can they increase the knowledge? How can this type of school produce a successful person in the future? So it clearly shows us that school in the town is better than a school in the village. And the third point is support my statement is people from different culture, from different villages are going to the town to study because they know that school in the town is better. And in town we can meet many different people from different culture, from different villages. So we can make friends with them. So how good and happy to have a new friend from other villages or culture. And staying in town can learn so many languages like English, Hindi, Manipuri, Lagamese, and so on. So how good for us to know so many languages in our life. And in town, even if no one restricted to speak about with them, but when we mix with other people, situation compel us to speak English. And I should say that school in the town is better than a school in the village. And the fourth point to support my statement is here in a school, when a teacher asks a student to do something voluntarily, when the teacher is no particular than them, they feel shy or hesitate to do. How can they build a personality? Whereas in town, they are looking or waiting for a chance to get such a privilege. In this way, they can build a personality. And thus will have a better standard of living, discipline, knowledge, and punctuality. And also make social adjustment with other people. So I should say that school in the town is better than a school in the village. Town is town. And the 5 points support my statement is, in village, they don't have any development. Why? The only reason is lack of education. Because there is not any good school like in town today. So I should say that school in the town is better than a school in the village. Thank you.
Thank you.
Honorable speakers, sir, panel of judges, respected teachers, church elders, co-debaters, and everyone who present here today. I'm representing Red Horse from against them. Today, our debating topic is school in the town is better than school in the village. No, how can you say that school in the town is better than school in the village? School in the village is far better than school in the town, and I'm here to convince you of this. The first one, a student who's school in the town is exposed to fantastic learning environment, all-round education, discipline, more hardworking, and perform better in exam. He or she is also exposed to quality teachers who are dedicated in the industries. The first point I want to argue against my stand is the fantastic learning environment. In the town, there is usually overcrowding, such as factories and business premises exist side by side with school. Coupled with this is usually heavy vehicular traffic in the town. This adds distraction to the student as there is constant noise pollution. But in the village, we do not have such problem. Mr. Yes said that town school has quality education. No, if we have quality teacher, then we can have quality education. Also, schooling in the town is more advantageous than schooling in the village is more advantageous than schooling in the town. Schools in the village have more committed and dedicated teachers who are often driven by greed to take on others' jobs to supplement their salaries. But in the town, teachers have often 2 or 3 jobs apart from teaching jobs. This is not good for both the teachers and the students. This as the teachers is often distracted and fatigued and unable to teach them properly, which alone the learning process. Mr. Yes said that medium is better in the town. No, in the town there is no restriction, so they are speaking any language. But in the village, the students are under the control of the teachers. And Mr. Yes said that in the town they can learn many languages. How greedy you are that you want to know all the language. If you learn English, it's enough for us. All the schools, English is the only medium, English is the only conversation between teachers and students. During the exam, village students will perform better than the town students. My dear audience, how do you say about this 2022 metric result? Village school is better, town school is better. Village school is far better than the town school. What thing it affects the most to the student is taking online class. I should say that taking online class is a waste of time. In the town, it affects the student in religion, as there is no chapel service, Sunday school, and inspiration. It affects the student in academic curriculum, as there is always banning of school and lockdown. Now the parents cannot afford the children because the expenditure is too much. But in the village, all the parents can send their children to school. And I want to conclude by saying that setting up school in the village should be encouraged for the reason above. With this point of my high recall, I have been able to convince you that school in the village is better than school in the town. Thank you.
Good afternoon, respected speaker sir, honorable judges, and everyone present here. Today's debating topic is, the school in the town is better than the school in the villages. Yes, I agree to this statement. Schools in the town is better than schools in the villages. Actually, we tend to gain or receive greater overall access to education, like we get better knowledge and have a connection to all subjects better. We receive higher quality education and can outperform rural counterparts. A student's socio-economic background partially contributes towards the difference in performance, but a number of advantages such as better access to materials and human resources widen the gap. Advantages of town schools are like level of education is far advanced as compared to the basic levels taught in village schools. We can get a greater chance in creating employment opportunities. We can also improve our communication or oratorical skills as we get better confidence in town schools. We can get medical facilities unlike village schools when we are in need of medicinal pills, care of an immediate injury, etc. And I, as a former student from a town school, I have seen that there are practical classes for science and computer. These two important subjects are being neglected in village schools. By studying in town schools, we can get improved standards of living that help us to blend or influence within the society. The town schools perform better curriculum activities and helps to widen one's knowledge by giving libraries for students to read. Town school students secure better grades than village students. The factor that affects village students' grades is lack of resources and limited opportunities available to them. On the other hand, the better academic infrastructure and wider range of information available across all digital platforms encourage the town students to perform better. In village, there is poor road connectivity, shortage of power, poor internet connectivity, etc. But in towns, we can get all these resources without a problem. We can also learn more about other people's culture as we mingle with bunches of people and have many friends. We can learn more about the superstition, philosophies, mysteries, religion, etc. We get to cooperate with one another as we are given more projects and homeworks to do. That helps us to strengthen and encourage our friendship. If we are capable, it is possible to help us find our talent. Better had schools in town gives a better opportunity to learn different kinds of language, which will be very effective for us in the future and even our career. To accommodate a better education and leadership, we need to speak more language for further steps and advantages. Compare the town schools and the village school students. Who is smarter? Town school students are smarter in every point. Sports, studies, education, etc. Town school students are far better. Example, when a teacher raises a question, town school students volunteer themselves and sometimes even compete. But students in the village don't even have the guts to raise a single question or answer a question. Students in the town knows the line of the office and can do necessary paperwork like withdraw money, deposit money, make Aadhaar cards, bank accounts, etc. But village students don't even have a single idea to make these paperwork. So, with these points I made, I would like to conclude that schools in the town is better than schools in the villages. Thank you.
Wishing a very good afternoon to one and all. Honorable speakers, sir, respected judges, teachers, and all my dear audience who are present here today. Today our debating topic is school in the town is better than school in the village. I am from against bench. I don't agree with this statement. How can you say that school in the town is better? Never. If school in the town is better, then why should our church members or village authority establish or provide the village school? If the town school is better than. Because they foresee that it will be helpful for the student, that is why they establish or provide the village school. And if school in the town is better than, why our parents did not send us to the town school? Our parents know the benefit of studying in the village school, so we are here today. And I can say those who are studying in the town school, who does not eat any intoxicant. Almost every student are addicted to intoxicant. Because no one controls them, they eat whatever they want to eat. And about game and sport facilities, village school is far better. In the town school, there's no proper playground. But in here we have proper playground, like example basketball court, volleyball, football ground, and so on. So village school are far better, even in games. Game is also a part of education. And with this year metric result, school in the town is better or village school is better. In the town, some of the school got only 70% and some of the school got only 23% and some of the school got only 42%. When village school get good result, like this school, Bismarck school got 90.40% and like Chirman Baptist High School got 100%. So is it town school are better? Never, village school are far better. And Mr. A and B say about language. How can you say that town school are smarter in speaking medium? Never, village school are far better. Because in the town there is no restriction to speak any language. They speak any language, whatever they want to speak. But in here, there is restriction to speak only English medium, no other dialect. And our teacher are very strict about this. So don't ever compare about speaking medium. And Mr. D said about poor road facilities. Is it poor road facilities a part of education? No, never. Don't ever compare this. And Mr. B said about smartness. How can you say that town school are smarter? If I were you, I would be ashamed about this. How can you say that village students are afraid of raising a question to the teacher? You never know about the town school. Don't simply support them. Because those are studying in the town school. I never see this village, those are studying in the town school, who are very smart in standing in front of others or raising a question to the teacher. Village school are far better even this. And Mr. B said about level of education. How can you say that town school are better for level education? You think that only town school are only town school are better education. No, never. Village school are far better. Because our teachers because we have many qualified teachers. So how can you say that town school are better in level of education? And those who are sitting in the left hand side, how can you say that school in the town are better? If school in the town are better, then why do you come here for study? Better to go and study from the town school. Because you're still getting opportunity to stay in front of others, to build yourself. But if you stay in the town school, you will never get a chance like this. If you want to be a successful person, better to study from the village school. Therefore, I really disagree that school in the town is better than school in the village. Thank you.
Thank you. So number 2 from against bench. Now we should have serial number 3 from against bench. This stage is yours.
Good afternoon. Respected speakers, sir, judges, teachers, and all my dear friends. I'm representing in the Blue House on River Bench. I take this privilege to stand in front of you all to support this segment. School in the town is better than school in the village. I repeat, school in the town is far better than school in the village. First of all, towns and cities have better education infrastructure and facilities, especially facilities like those smart classroom, laboratories, library, and portable water, which school in the village should attend to. Secondly, life standard. As we live in the town, as we go from village to towns and cities, their ways of life far smarter and cleaner than those of the villagers. As we don't mess with them, we tend to change our own self and our behavior and adapt with the change of the environment. Thirdly, better medical emergency facilities. In case, if any students or even teacher falls sick, an emergency fallout, and even more like infrastructure is catching fire, don't have more privilege than those of the village school. Fourth, better speaking, fluent English and opportunity to learn new languages. As living in a town city is far advanced and smarter than those of the villagers. Speaking, we can witness big differences, smarter and fluent than those of the villagers. On top of that, we get to learn new different type of language or dialect. And my sister's brother who passed matric from the village, when they first joined the town school, they feel shy. Why? Because we the villagers we are so good in speaking and smartness. My worthy opponent, do you know what people usually judge in the 21st century? They don't judge about the quality, it's about the smartness of the person and the way he or she speaks. 5. Discipline. The person who are studying in towns and cities are well disciplined as compared to the village school. You just stood at our school. Even the teacher says the reason why we are lagging behind the town school is that we don't even want to open our mouth in response to our teachers. We are so proud, and that kind of proudness will never lead us to success. 6. Better opportunity to find your own talent. Why? Because they can go for different type of training as their life, and they can prove themselves who he or she is. But in village, even though he or she is so smart, intelligent, brilliant, there's nothing to prove too hard on him, so he becomes meaningless. And my worthy opponent, Mr. E said that standing in the towns affect villagers live. How can he say that I feel funny too? They are worshiping God because of the teacher said, or they are coming to church because they're scared of stick. We should never come to church because we're scared of speech or the teacher. My worthy opponent, you should never be foolish. We should never come to church because of stick or teachers. And if I want to say that if you are coming to church because you are scared of speech or teacher, then don't come and disturb your friends and church members. And remember, you will be the one who make problems in the society one day. And my worthy opponent, Mr. B said that taking online class affect the students. I disagree with it. Taking online class can help us to grab whatever the teacher says. For example, like when we are not clear with any meaning, we can just go and check in the dictionary or Google, and we can understand better from there. But taking physical class, sitting in the classroom, whole day without any interest or heart to learn, it's pure a waste of time, plus a waste of money. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we should have several.
Respected judges, teachers, and everyone present here today. As we know today's debating topic, the school in the town is better than the school in the village. No, never. I really disagree with the statement. How can you simply say that town schools are better than the village school? Town students spend extra money than the village students. It gives more trouble to their parents. Do you want our parents to be suffered? Town students do not have much feeling for one another, while the village students have a feeling of fraternity and strengthen their relationship. Village school give more opportunity than the town school, helping the village students to be smarter and more confident. And as they were given more opportunity, they have the feeling of competing with one another and have the desire to do better in the future. But the town school, as they have a large number of students, teachers cannot give equal opportunity to everyone. And also, as they have large number of students, teachers cannot take control of them, so students usually take advantage. As education is all-round development, village students, even though the school get holiday, students can at least experience some new things. Well, the town students, even though the school get holiday, they just have a complete holiday and do not experience anything, so they have less experience. And Mr. Mover, serial number 3, says that village students are scared of stick and teachers, and they go to attend the church. You are the one you are the one. You have experience, so you are telling us. If not, we do not do anything. So better change yourself. And like this is, COVID-19 is still spreading around, and some schools were closed. Students just take online class. They cheated their parents to study and lock inside their room. They just play social media, games, and so on, spending money freely without learning anything. And because of the issue, teachers just get promotion to the student, even though they didn't learn properly. So that leads to produce more unemployment. What's the point of studying in high class if you don't learn anything? We don't need to be a man of success. Rather, we need to be a man of value. And my mover bench mentioned about facilities. Do you know that our village school like this have enough facilities? What more facilities do you want? What more facilities do you need? And mover serial number 2 says that village students, town students make more social adjustment better. No, that's totally wrong, because when the town students come to village, they do not know how to make social adjustment, and they spoil the society. And when we compare the town students' character and the students of the village students are far better in their character. The money that the town student lost is just something lost, but the character they lost is everything lost. Mover serial number 2 said she was a former student of town school. Then, if you say that town school are better, why do you have to study here? Why don't you continue your study in the town school? Why do you have to spend your life here? And before I step down to my seat, I want to make a request to our school boards and teaching staff. If they say that town schools are better, then please expel them from this school. They can experience the town school and enjoy the town life. Thank you.
Respected judges, teachers, church elders, and court debaters, and everyone who present here today. I'm representing Red House, and today our debating topic is school in town is better than the school in the village, and I'm the mover bench. School in the town is better than the school in the village. Yes, I strongly support the statement. The first point to support my statement is discipline. The background of any organization, especially discipline, is often missing in village school. Students from village are often unruly and they are lacking in discipline. Next, education is all-round development. As the saying goes, all works and no play make Jake a dull boy. Village students do not have proper sports facilities unlike the town school, and they certainly produce dull. And also they hardly organize or take part in inter-school sporting events or any educational seminars. And that is not good for the quality student. Village students do not have convenience or facilities to adequate measure as compared to the town school. Being in town school get advantages like good quality education, getting opportunity to meet so many people from different cultures, produces great personality to the society, and also medium. Yes, regarding medium, schooling in town are far better. As Mr. B says, school in town do not have any restriction about the medium. them to speak English because so many people coming from different community with different dialect and they cannot understand what we are talking and we as well. So by any means we have to speak English or any language which they can understand. This way schooling in town can improve their speaking, and not only that, they can also learn other languages apart from English. As we can also witness among the students here, those students coming from town school are far better regarding speaking English and also smartness as compared to the students who are grown up from here or any village school. And it clearly shows us that school in town is better than the school in the village. And so, therefore, I strongly support and agree the statement that school in town is better than the school in the village. Thank you.
Thank you for your request. Now,
Honorable Speaker, sir, respected judges, teachers, elders, and everyone present here today. I'm from against Spanish and representing Jubilant. Today, our debating topic is schooling in the town is better than schooling in the village. How can you say that schooling in the town is better? No, never. You know why? Because students who live in town spend double or triple money than those students living in the village. They never think of the parents' condition. You see, they spend money freely in different ways, such as using intoxicants, having party, and so on. So, how can we say that schooling in the town is better? And there are some schools in town. Students who live in town never get privileged to stand in front of others or lead in any program. So how can your confidence be up? But when we come here to a village school like our school, we get lots of privilege to stand in front of others or any leadership activities. That gives us more confidence in doing any part. So how can we say that schooling in the town is better? If you think in this way, then you are thinking the wrong way. Let's take an example of this year. So when we come here to village school and town school, village school like Chirman, Baptist High School, they get 100% plus percentage, whereas some schools in town get only 17%. So how can you compare village school and town school? You are such a foolish opponent. And also, some schools in town don't have a place for inspiration as well as chapel, but we have here, where we can praise God and use inspiration. That can lead us to lead a better life in the future. And before I come to my debate, I just want to say that if you think village school, town school is better than, please leave this school and experience the life of town school. Thank you.
thank you.